Welcome back to the Grumpy Lynx. This is episode 2, where grumpy is good. Who would have thought that grumpiness would be the key to my happiness? And maybe it will be for you too. So what made you grumpy this week? This week wasn't too crazy in terms of grumpiness, but the head of my trimmer, my weed whacker, broke. And considering I've been maintaining a yard since I was 12 years old, I'm finding myself grumpy over this activity. And I definitely spent many years hiding my grumpiness, avoiding it, pretending to myself and others that everything was okay. Everything's okay. I can keep going. I don't need to pay attention to my emotions. I don't need to pay attention to my grumpiness. It's something that's bad. It's something that's not allowed. And but now I have that clarity, and that's why I started this podcast, to share why grumpiness is the key to happiness. Because I'm realizing that I am sick and tired of doing lawn maintenance, and I simply don't want to do it anymore. It doesn't mean it's bad, it doesn't mean nobody should do it, but it's no longer right for me. And similar, I used to be a professional bartender. I started bartending, I learned, and I worked my way up and, into an upscale restaurant, managing the bar there. And eventually I moved on. It wasn't right for me. And people have come to me and they've opened up restaurants and they've wanted me to manage their bar. And I had to say no, not because I didn't know how to do it, not because, the financial compensation would be good. It's because it no longer aligns with who I am anymore. So I'm finding now this week, it's another piece of lawn equipment that is broken, and finding myself tired of getting hit in the face with rocks and just the whole thing. It doesn't mean I regret doing it all these years. It's just that I'm coming to a point where I've moved on. I'm not the same person anymore, and that I have to focus on the things that are now interesting to me, that motivate me, that inspire me. And if I'm still putting my focus on old activities, then it's taken away from who I am. So this is what's causing the grumpiness. And so I just sit with it. I sit with that emotion of my grumpiness, of being annoyed and frustrated, and maybe it even gets into hopelessness and depression over some of these things. And so I just allow it now. I just let it be. I let my grumpiness be so I can get clarity and understand the source, where it's coming from. So like I was telling you last week, it was my neighbor who I felt was judging me, telling me I'm wrong, I'm making a mistake. And how does that resonate with me, I got grumpy. I had to get to the source of it. And what was the source? I'm tired of doing construction projects, so I have a negative vibration going into doing a project. Doesn't make the project wrong, doesn't make my neighbor wrong, doesn't make these types of things wrong. So that it's not right for me, because I don't have a positive mindset for this activity. Same with lawn maintenance. I think since I've been doing it for decades, I think I've reached my limit with it and far exceeded it, because this is what humans do. We just get in this automatic survival mode. We get locked in and we just keep doing things automatically out of this duty and without stopping and feeling the emotions, so that way I can then make better decisions. So I can use my grumpiness as a tool to then get clarity, to then make a different decision and then make my life better. So that's what I plan to do this week. And how are you feeling this week? Did something make you grumpy? Or are you starting to understand how there's a source to your grumpiness and it's not just this permanent thing, and that your life can get better? Send me a message, share your story, share what's going on this week. What made you grumpy? What clarity did you get on it? Are you going to make any different decisions? So it's important to allow our grumpiness to be, not to hide it, not to pretend that we're not having it, and to get the clarity that we need to move on. So as you know, I write children's books now, so that's also part of my focus. This podcast is part of my new focus. It's now who I am right now, and that is going to change in the future too. So the character Leo the Lynx in the children's book series, and Leo becomes Astrolynx in some of the stories. So he's a little bit older, and he's now this cosmic citizen of Earth and beyond. And his message is practicing his positive thoughts about himself and others and about circumstances. That he's curious and he's changing for the better, and so is everyone else, always. Because we're all learning different lessons in different timing. So I don't need to worry about other people's lessons and their timing. I don't need to judge them if they're freaking out about something, because I used to freak out about maybe the same thing. And they might be doing it at 40 years old, and I was doing it at 20, and I learned that lesson at 20, and they're learning it at 40. And this is just sort of getting an understanding of what's going on and bringing the focus back on me, on myself, and learning the lessons that I need to learn, and accessing the clarity through my grumpiness, through better understanding of my emotions, understanding my emotions more accurately, and then making decisions that are going to make my life better. So that's my share for the week. If you have a story, please send me a message and I will share it. Or if you want to be on the show, we could talk about these things together. You can come to the studio, we can do Zoom, either one. So you are beautiful, you are wonderful, talented, just the way you are. And that means that I love you unconditionally. I accept you just as you are right now. You don't need to improve or do anything different. Even if you're a criminal, even if you're in prison right now, you have equal value with everyone else. We're all learning different lessons at different timing. And although we can learn to be better, and we can take the initiative because we want to be better, not because we're doing it for anybody else. But we understand that better exists, and we're here to learn, and we can have compassion for everyone as we're all learning together on planet Earth, and that there's more beyond. All right, have a wonderful week. See ya.